After 7 years of coaching autistic young adults and their parents, I've noticed something important. The struggle may look different on the surface, but underneath, they are often deeply human struggles. Not autism, not laziness, and certainly not lack of intelligence. Human struggles. And I've noticed several patterns that seem to hold people back more than anything else. The first is pressure over connection. Parents often believe if I can just get them to do the thing, if I push harder, I'll explain it better. If they would just try, then things will finally improve. Autistic young adults often believe if I could just force myself to be different, if I could just stop struggling, if I could just be more disciplined. But pressure rarely creates lasting growth. Connection does. When young adults feel emotionally safe, understood, respected, and connected to themselves and those who care for them, instead of constantly criticized, they usually begin moving forward more naturally. Not perfectly, not instantly, but genuinely. The second pattern is management over relationship. Families can slowly become organized around managing anxiety, managing behavior, managing work, managing screens, managing executive function, managing emotions. And after a while, everyone is exhausted because human beings are not meant to be managed like projects. They are meant to be understood. One of the biggest shifts I've seen is when parents stop asking, how do I control this situation? And start asking, how do I stay connected while we move through this challenge together? That changes everything. The third pattern is figuring over feeling. Many autistic young adults become trapped in their heads. They analyze everything, research everything. And underneath the thinking is often fear, shame, grief, loneliness, and overwhelm. Many parents do the same thing. They try to solve emotionally painful situations intellectually. But healing usually starts when both parent and young adult become more capable of feeling what is actually there without immediately trying to fix it. Because emotions are not the enemy. Shame and disconnection are usually the enemy. The fourth pattern is should over authentic motivation. I should apply for more jobs. I should be independent by now. I should have friends. I should be further along. They should act their age. They should want more. But shame rarely creates sustainable movement. What creates movement is authentic wanting, curiosity, meaning, connection, a sense of ownership. Real growth tends to happen when young adults begin asking, hey, what kind of life do I really want? What matters to me? What feels meaningful to me? Not, how do I become the version of myself everyone else expects? The fifth pattern is self-improvement over self-understanding. So many young adults secretly believe I'm a problem that needs to be fixed. And so many parents carry quiet fears that they somehow failed. But the young adults who grow the most are usually not the ones trying hardest to become someone else. They're the ones slowly learning how their nervous system works, what helps them feel safe, what drains them, what their signature strengths are, what environments help them thrive, and how to build a life around who they actually are. Self-understanding creates traction. Self-rejection creates paralysis. The 6th pattern is fear over experimentation. Many families become terrified of mistakes, terrified of failure, terrified of discomfort, terrified of setbacks. But self-reliance is not built by avoiding struggle. It is built through right-sized experiments. Trying, adjusting, learning, recovering, trying again. Confidence is usually not something people have before action. Confidence is something that grows after surviving experiences they once thought they couldn't handle. And finally, the biggest pattern I've seen is shame over compassion. Shame freezes people. It freezes parents. It freezes young adults. It freezes growth. Shame says you're behind, you're failing, something's wrong with you. But people grow more effectively through safety than fear, through curiosity than criticism, through connection than control. And this applies to all of us because we are all human. Every human nervous system moves forward towards safety and away from shame. Every human being wants dignity, connection, meaning, belonging, choice, respect. And when families begin creating those conditions, growth becomes much more possible. Not because someone was forced into becoming somebody else, but because they finally felt safe enough to become more fully themselves. So many autistic young adults are carrying invisible overwhelm while everyone around them sees potential. The Peaceful Progress Worksheet was created to help reduce shame, increase safety, and make forward movement feel possible again. If you like a copy, you can download it. Click on the link below. Bye for now.